the rematch may indeed happen between former President Donald Trump and President incumbent Joe Biden. This will be highly unusual and very extraordinary for American politics, because this rematch between Trump and Biden will most likely tear the American political life to pieces. The former governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley, in her primary election claimed that the American voters really should not choose between the two 80-year-old former President Donald Trump and President incumbent Joe Biden. She's not exactly accurate. Donald Trump claimed that he is only 77 years old rather than being 80 years old or plus. However, this rematch really indicates that something must be wrong in the US political system or the political life, and there seems to be a lack of good quality, highly qualified candidates for either the Republican Party or the Democratic Party, and it does not bode well for the future of the American politics in the coming few years. Over the past several years, the political life in the United States has become really highly divisive. It's very polarized, and the political competition between the Republicans and the Democrats has really degenerated into personal attacks and not focusing for the future, but really tearing the US political life into pieces. This is happening at a time when the world is unfolding into a lot of wars and conflicts. And for the United States, it always claims to be a global leader, but it is not exercising any leadership role. It is really pouring more fuel onto the fire rather than using its resources and wisdom to solve any of the burning issues in the world. Domestically, I think the United States is becoming, as economists of Britain claimed, the disunited Republic of the United States. And this is also very much alarming, because if the United States cannot get their acts together, if the national debt is keep mounting and piling up, and there are no good sustainable economic solutions, partisan cooperation seems to be a distant past. And each politician is very eager to become a populist, really disregarding the realities in the United States as well as the international scene that the United States is faced with. And they are trying to seek votes not for what really matters the most, but for very polarized and extreme positions, for example. And this does not bode well for the United States, because it seems that in the coming few years, this political division in the United States is only going to get worse. Lots of people in the Western camp are already sounding alarm for a potential second term for Donald Trump. Countries like Japan, for example, extremely worried that the second term of Donald Trump, which is not to be eliminated, for example, it's very highly that it may take place, may really make Japan-US relations very much rocky, and they want to take things into their own matter. They want to really make pre-arrangements so that the relations between the second term President Donald Trump and Japan may not be that bad. Countries like the Republic of Korea is also very much worried, because they worry that the second term of President Trump may force the Republic of Korea to significantly increase its military spending to compensate for the presence of about 50,000 US troops or so stationed in the Republic of Korea. The US presidential election, from the Chinese perspective, is purely a domestic internal matter in the United States. China doesn't have a role. China is not involved, and China will never try itself to be involved in the domestic politics of the United States. The best for China to do is just to wait and be patient and to see what will happen around November the 7th. 2024, China will need to stand firm on matters of principle, but deal with the United States as an equal, and the two countries need to get along with each other by respecting each other, rather than, for example, any country try to manhandle the other country, because it will not work. So China needs to have the full confidence that it will need to deal with the next president of the United States, whoever he will be, as he is, and try to make sure that the bilateral relations between China and the United States, which is the most important bilateral relations in the world of today, will be normal, constructive, and mutually beneficial.